quarantine. This is a small topic, however, it's an important topic. Now, throughout the world, after this pandemic COVID-19, from uneducated to educated, everybody knows that what is quarantine. No person can deny that what is the meaning of quarantine. Okay? Everybody might have experienced, okay, either by undergoing quarantine or not by undergoing quarantine. Just mere by listening to the news also, they might have. But what quarantine we are going to talk is with respect to animal. So in India, although quarantine with respect to animal is not taken so seriously, but even then, whenever animals which have been brought from the different part of the country, okay, to the another corner of the country, and animals are really worth, then people will try to observe the animal for some occurrence of disease. Okay, so even you might have heard about this quarantine officer who is a veterinarian located in the airports, all 4-5 international airports, one veterinarian will be there. So we will be looking after the quarantine certification. Some owner from the USA, he might try to bring his dog to India. Okay, so now they have to obtain a quarantine certification from the DAHT. Okay, if someone wants to purchase or import the animal, okay, either for the breeding purpose or for the meat purpose, then they have to produce the quarantine certificate. It's a mandatory. Okay? It's a mandatory. So with this background, the quarantine, if you try to observe, it is one of the biosecurity measures which are undertaken in the farm condition or at the district level or at the state level or at the country level. Okay. So it is one of the biosecurity measures, okay, which are taken to prevent the further spread of the disease. That's the main ultimate motto. Okay. So this quarantine is the segregation of apparently healthy animals which have been exposed to the risk of infection from those animals which are healthy and unexposed to the risk of infection. Okay. I'll repeat it. Quarantine means it is one of the biosecurity measures undertaken in the farm condition or in the state level or in the country level, depending upon the situation. Okay, this one part is clear. Second is, it is nothing but a segregation of apparently healthy animals. जिस जगह से आप animal procure कर रहे हैं, वहाँ apparently you have seen the symptoms or any unwanted behavior or clinical symptoms. Okay, उससे आपको लगा कि this animal seems to be healthy. उस एनिमल को आप अनदर ग्रुप जो फार्म में है which are not exposed, क्योंकि your animals from where you are going to procure, they are considered to be exposed. We don't know what is the situation of infectious and contagious disease in that area. Probably it can be an endemic area for a particular disease. But what animal you have chosen, at this moment they are healthy. Okay. So it is nothing but segregation of apparently healthy animals which have been exposed to the risk of infection from those animals which are healthy and unexposed to the risk of infection. तो unexposed and healthy means जो आपका फार्म के अंदर एनिमल ऑलरेडी है वो है आपका अनएक्सपोज. जो एक्सपोज्ड एनिमल है वो आपको नया प्रोक्यूर करने जा रहे हैं. The term quarantina meaning 40 days. Thumb rule is 30 days, okay, but generally it may go to 40 days also. But here you should make it clear that this is different from the word isolation or separation. Okay. Here isolation means separation of ill animals having the communicable disease from the healthy stock. Here healthy to healthy stock, but only thing is that they are one exposed, other is unexposed. Here we are pretty sure that they are ill animals and which you are separating from the healthy animals. हो सकता है within the farm होगा, within the state होगा, within the country होगा. When it is required, so this you should remember that this is very much required when you purchase new animals, whether it is from the known farm or from the livestock market, sandy or livestock fair, wherever it may be. But whenever you procure new animal and you want to bring to your farm, before that, these animal has to undergo quarantine. Sometimes your own animals, you might have taken for the animal show, fairs, festivals, exhibitions. जहां आप लेके गए, again they have become exposed population. Earlier they were apparently healthy before taking to the show, fairs, festivals, and they were unexposed. Okay, but the moment you taken to the livestock fair or festivals, okay, they'll consider as exposed population. And when they were brought back again, they should not be mixed with the healthy stock. This is second condition. Third is transfer of animals from one farm to another farm. हो सकता है एक गवर्नमेंट फार्म है, एक ब्रीडिंग के लिए आपने एक ब्रीडिंग एनिमल को बोरो किया या परचेस किया. Even then, आपको pretty sure that that farm is free from the infection. Even then, that animal, new animal which has been obtained from the another government farm or the private farm, has to undergo quarantine. This is third condition. Fourth is if animal have been transported from endemic area to the slaughterhouse without vaccination. So आपको पता है कि इस एरिया में इस समय कोई लंपी स्किन डिसीज आउटब्रेक हो चुका है, आरपीपीआर आउटब्रेक हो चुका है. दैट इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी नोन फॉर द एंडेमिक फॉर द पीपीआर कंडीशन. उस जगह से आपने गोड्स को परचेस कर लिया एंड नाउ यू वांट टू टेक देम फॉर द स्लॉटर हाउस. बट स्लॉटर हाउस जाने से पहले, सिंस दीज एनिमल्स व्हिच हैव बीन ऑब्टेन्ड और प्रोक्यूर्ड और परचेस्ड फ्रॉम एन एंडेमिक एरिया, okay, you are pretty sure that there is an endemic for the PPR, and your animals which you are going to slaughter, if they are not vaccinated earlier, such animals has to undergo. But it is a mandatory if you are procuring the animal from the endemic. The last one is most important, is import of animals, whether it is to your own farm or wherever it is. It can be your government farm, you are importing HF pure, or it's a piggery farm, you are importing a large white Yorkshire, Berkshire, Landrace. Okay, whenever such circumstances demands and you want to procure, then your animal has to undergo quarantine in the earmarked place, which we'll be discussing. So these are the 5 situations wherein animal has to undergo quarantine. What is the purpose and duration? It's simple. Already I made it very clear. Even the newly purchased animal can be apparently healthy, but they are exposed. They are exposed means we don't know the background of those animals. So probably they might be carrying some latent infection due to some exposure. Okay, and that occurrence of disease may depend on the incubation period. Some disease might express after 10 days, 12 days, depending upon the incubation period of that particular infection. Okay, and that period, what we call it as a latent period. So after latent period, animals may start showing some symptoms, but we are not able to appreciate. So that can be also considered as a subclinical conditions. And that situations, you have to go for some testing or observation or physical examination. Because by the time you brought your animal to the farm, and for first few days, the animals might have looked very healthy, apparently. But with the time, depending upon the incubation period of that particular infection, might start expressing some clinical symptoms. Earlier they were subclinical, now they started expressing symptoms, and that particular period. So what is the purpose? The idea is to give sufficient time for any contagious disease that the quarantine animals may be having to become active and abuse, just giving a chance to express it if they are present infection. Hence the quarantine period depends upon the incubation period of a disease. But in practice, the quarantine period is for 30 days and it will cover almost all the diseases except few, maybe tuberculosis, maybe rabies, where it may be more than 30 days. And in case of rabies, it can be 6 months also. So this is the purpose and duration. Why quarantine is important? What will happen if you don't undergo quarantine? Simple, there is a risk of propagating or spreading the infection ignorantly. So altogether, this will help in keep out the disease. अगर मान लीजिए उस particular group में जो animal आप लाए हैं, if at all if there is any disease, then it can be treated then and there only. If there is any mortality, then and there only it can be removed from the farm either by burying or incinerating. Okay. If there seems to be treatable, they can be treated there only. If cannot be treated, they can be culled. So thereby you can keep out the disease. Reduce the risk of zoonotic diseases. Some diseases which they are not important to the animals, but they might spread to the animal handler. So that also you can avoid it. Limit the spread of disease, not only to your farm. The worker who is handling those animals might be maintaining some animals in his own house. So thereby there is a possibility of spread of disease, and improves the preparedness for emergency diseases. Suppose if you are importing an animal from a place where that particular country is not free of a particular disease, which is not presently there in India. Okay, अगर मान लीजिए उस animal को आप ले आए, but you can make some preparedness. If at all, if you are having a quarantine and during that time, if animal shows some symptoms, then certainly you can make some preparedness. Provides an action plan for the crisis event. In worst situation, what will be the plan? Cuts the cost of disease because the disease is limited to only that new stock which you have brought, and reduces the losses and improves the profitability. If at all, if you don't undergo quarantine, that infection spread to your whole farm, whole country. Okay, so they ultimately leading to economic losses. So that's why this quarantine is so important. Then what are the activities to be conducted in the quarantine shed? When you bring them and if you keep it in the quarantine shed, what are the things you have to do it? Okay, observe the animal for illness or abnormal behavior. Screen for important disease. Important disease here, it can be a species specific or it can be your requirement. Okay, suppose if IVRA Bangalore wants to keep the animal for quarantine, then it will look for the FMD disease only because it's a specific. But if it's for the breeding farm, then all important 7 diseases which are carrying, which will be communicated through semen. So such stock, then it has to be screened for all the 7 important diseases. But then also they should be screened for the parasitic infestation by the fecal examination. So these are the 3 observations we made. So during this period, whether the fecal load is present or not, by and large, we go for the deworming. If sheep and goat, then we go for the spraying on 23rd or 24th day. It's a just convenient period. Like in the beginning itself, I told you. So there is a latent period. Okay, you can see here. So this may last for 21 days. After that, you can treat all these animals if at all if they're showing any symptoms. So that's why vaccinate at least 2 weeks before the release from the quarantine. If you think that those animals which you have brought is from the endemic area and such vaccination has not been done earlier, then during the quarantine period, we can go for the vaccination and later you can bring to the main stock. If at all, if animal shows any clinical symptoms for any particular disease, then they have to be treated with suitable antibiotics and other precautionary measures. So these diseases which may or which might be carried by these animals can spread through people, animal, equipments, or through contact, or through feed and fodder, and also due to poor hygienic conditions. If you know that these are the routes by which the disease may spread to the other farms or other neighboring places or other neighboring states, and if these are the routes of disease, then accordingly your management will be decided. Okay, so just for the sake of easy understanding, just you can see this is our IVRA farm. If you had visited, it's fine. So this is our whole IVRA farm, and this is the main road. This is the main road. This is your bank. Okay, so this is the carry office. When you get inside, so this is the old dairy. This is the new dairy. From here, this is the quarantine shed. For the quarantine, for easy understanding, just after this CARI administrative office, there is a road on the right side which goes straight. First, you will see on the right side there are silage pits. After that, there are 2 buildings. They are called as a quarantine sheds. Whether it's a sheep, goat, cattle, for all the species, and this building it can accommodate for all the species. Okay, this is a quarantine which is away from the main shed. Whether it's a piggery farm, whether it is a sheep and goat farm, or any experimental shed, which is away from the main shed. So this is called quarantine. Whereas isolation or separation shed or sick animal shed, this is the one. Within the IVRA, this is a sick animal shed because it is a separation of sick animal from the healthy stock. But here what we are talking, healthy animals from the healthy animals, but here these animals probably exposed, these animals are not exposed. So it should be away from the main farm, having the same facility for keeping the different species. क्योंकि वो repetitive नहीं होता है, कभी-कभी use हो जाता है. Even then, there should be facility to tie cattle, sheep, and goat. And for the sake of academic interest, it is said that 5 into 6 meter are sufficient for the quarantine set. However, this may vary from situation to situation. So what I show you is at the farm level, at your own level, and this is what's good for the newly purchased animals. Okay, but when you talk about import animals, then Government of India has different quarantine stations at near to the airports: New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. Okay, so these quarantine stations are required for the quarantining of the any imported animals. Mainly these sheds are maintained for the cattle, particularly horse and dog. This is another bird eye view of the quarantine station of the Madras, Chennai. So they have got almost all SOP, standard operating procedure, to handle the newly purchased animals. And these stations are linked with the laboratories. Okay, AQCS means Animal Quarantine and Certification Service. Okay? This is at the national level, and these stations have been linked with the different laboratories. What is the infrastructure facility required at the shed? Separate footwears and clothing for the different premises. Because जो जाएगा अंदर वापस आएगा, so he has to use these dresses. So in order to prevent the infection from that quarantine shed to the end, because he might go to any other place, okay, during that off time. So foot baths and hand wash facilities in the transition area at the entrance and exit. Okay. Restrict the movement of vehicle. Wash and disinfect the tires of vehicle before leaving and entering. If at all, if you want to take the feed fodder inside with the help of vehicle, then this disinfecting the vehicle and also the wheels are very much mandatory. Parking areas, delivery and drop off, okay, are the designated points. So these are very important and crucial infrastructure to be maintained in the quarantine shed. Okay. So for the attending the animals, these are generally veterinarians or workers. Okay. For the veterinarians, since he has to take the sample, he has to treat the animals, he has to observe the animals, the stringent procedure will be there. So at the entry, so what we call before getting into the main shed, that room is called anteroom. Though we don't have at this moment, but there will be a small room wherein you can do all the disinfectant procedures, or you can say decontamination procedures, either by wearing the gum boots, by wearing the PPE kit, okay, washing of hands, okay, wearing the cap and mask. All these can be done in the anteroom of the quarantine shed. So cleaning and disinfections, this is very, very important, because these are the one which are going to be a serious in spreading the infection. Feed and water. So if at all you are sure that this animal have to be kept for 30 days and you have a number with you, okay, if it's a 10, 20, accordingly you have to keep the feed in a proper place, which is supposed to be rodent proof, okay, and you should have a sufficient bedding material and also a separate watering facility. These sources should not be mixed with any other farms. If you mix it, then whole purpose is defeated. So that's why you should store feed, bedding material and water facilities should be separate. Disposal of manure, this is very, very important. Okay, so you should not be mixed with the place where you are regularly putting that manure. It should be separately put, and it should be burnt after on the drying of the manure, the subsequent this period. Okay. Disposal of carcass, as I told you, during the this what you can say quarantine period, even animals, some animals might die. Okay, if infection is severe, some animals might die. If they are showing only morbidity, you can very well treat it. If they are if there is a case of death, then the proper disposal is the issue. Okay, so either it has to be buried or it should be incinerated. This is incineration at our Bangalore campus. Okay, and what will be the method? It depends upon the species, type of disease, number of carcass, availability and capacity of the disease. Because incineration means it requires lot of money. Even in case of corona outbreak also, probably the incineration was less, burial was the more, because it's the easiest method. Disposal of biomedical waste. Okay, whoever is going inside, he might be using syringes, needle, okay, mask, gloves. All these disposable material should be disposed in a proper way. Generally, we call it as a biomedical waste, and each institute will have a outsourcing for the disposal of the biomedical waste, and those companies will have a separate disposal procedure. They will pick up and they will dispose at their own level.